in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
Listen, yo.
This is a J. York production. You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
This is Travis Scott. 21-7.
You're listening to J. York Productions.
What it do is the baby and we in the mix.
You got it locked with D.HALL on the weekend, baby. Ready? And initiate a J. York production. J. York production. J. York production.
You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show. This is a J. York production.
Facebook family.
Hey, I'm Ashley Braswell, a local comedian from Charlotte.
The announcer Walter Waite.
Good Sunday to everybody. How's everybody doing? It's good to be back. This is D.HALL. I am D.HALL, the host of the D.HALL People's Show. Glad to see y'all with me another Sunday. Well, first of all, I want to thank y'all and give honor to my Heavenly Father for letting me be able to come on again and talk with you and be here to bring you another super fantastic guest. But before we go further with that, I want to say I've been down for about 5 to 6 days. I was under the weather, maybe a little bit longer than that, but I'm back and I'm doing quite well. I'm glad to be back to be in front of you today. But as we move forward, trying to get my glasses straight, but as we move forward, this is a video that is a talk discussion, displaying what we are talking about. This is an online talk show that educates an adults audience. Parental advisory is advised. Some things may not be censored here and not edited for children. So if you would please share the video one time. I'm glad to be here with you today. We have the honor and the privilege of having the 5-time world champion Junior Jones on with us today. So if you would please share the video. I thank y'all. Hope y'all been doing good. This is another Sunday, and I am glad to be here with you. As we talk, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm back, and like I say, I've been down for a couple of days. Well, actually more than a couple of days, 5 or 6 days, but I'm here now. So I think my guest has arrived. We're going to begin to go ahead and talk with him and bring him in. Hello. Good afternoon to you, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing great today. Can't complain.
That's good, man. That's good. You're looking great. You're looking sharp today. Glad to have you on here with us. Want to say hello to Mr. McLean, Clarence McLean, my good friend. He's on. He just jumped in. Thank you for coming on, man. We got the 5-time world champion in here, and we're going to talk with him for the next 30 minutes or so. And but before we move on, I want you to tell the people, because I did just say you're the 5-time world champion, but I want you to tell the people exactly who you are and where you are from.
My name is Poison Junior Jones. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay. Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York. Y'all shared a video one time. Y'all are with me and Mr. Junior Jones. And man, I just wanted to call him. I used to call him Mr. HBO because he's all HBO so much, man. You know what I'm saying? But look, we're gonna talk. We got a lot of things that we want to talk about with you today. And we're going to talk about your life, your career, and I've got some questions, and that's going to be I want to get answered, man, because I think that a lot of people want to know. But first of all, man, you was in the Golden Gloves twice. You was you was in the New York Golden Gloves, and you won that twice, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? You won it twice, right?
Yeah, I was in 3 times. The first year I won the silver, the 6 year.
Okay. You might want to speak up just a little bit louder where we can hear you a little bit better.
Okay, no problem. Hear me now?
Yes, sir. That's a whole lot better. If you could just stay just like that, perfect. Thank you, Mr. McClain. Love to see you on, brother. You know, I love. He's another interviewer. He be on Instagram quite a bit, and he does interviews too. And he's over back and forth. So glad to see him. But as we was talking, your first professional fight was back in 1989. That's a long time ago. And you had 31 consecutive wins. And there after that, you got a shot at Jorge Julio for the WBA belt. Tell us about that experience for you, man. You had 31 consecutive fights and wins. You went pro and all that. How was that for you?
I was gonna make Julio when I fought Julio. He was undefeated also. It's
Okay.
from Colombia, and we thought it was gonna be not too hard because I was undisputed in every division, number one.
Mm-hmm.
I had a choice of in where to fight fight for the title. So we figured we're trying to fight the easiest champ, which is smart to win the belt, and then go from there. But he trying to be one of the toughest ones.
Right. Okay. I want to hold that. I want to hold that thought right there because this question right here was coming from the producer. What was it? What was it like being you growing up? You know, what was it? What was it for you as a young man growing up? How was it for you? Before we move any further.
Growing up was great for me. I was a good kid. Never got in trouble. I had a lot of friends. And growing up, I was just a guy who played football on the block every day. Played trying to want to kiss the girls, and that was about it. I was pretty good, but everything when I was growing up was just boxing gym. So now what I did, my friends got mad at me because we played with one game we were playing, and when it came to 6 o'clock, I quit. I had to go. Got to go to the gym. So
Gotta go to
I
jail.
was just in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. McClain said he finally met you. He said he was one of he was one of his favorite fighters. You met Mr. McClain, I do believe he's saying that now that you met him. So that was great. That was great. Look, man, we all get into the damn streets and stuff. How many street fights did you have? We're gonna tell. I gotta guess this. I gotta find out.
Street fight. I had a ton of street fights, especially in school. I had so many street fights. But got to a point when I got older, no one wanted a street fight because I'm boxing, so no one wanted a street fight. But
Right.
even before that, but even when I was boxing, there was guys who didn't care whether I was boxing or not. They still want to fight me.
Right.
And
Still want to fight you. Yeah.
they still want to fight me. The thing was, I promised myself, I've never got punched in the face with a bare fist in my life.
Right.
I couldn't tell you anything.
Well, let's touch back. Now we get back a little bit because I was popping. We just talking, man. We're gonna be all over the place. But you, you got that shot with Jorge, and you won it, and then you defended your title, but you defended your title to John. Was it John Johnson? But
Right.
but 2 years later, you fought Marco Antonio Barrera.
Right.
That was one of your biggest victories, man.
Yeah, it
Tell us
was.
about that.
Well, the fight where, like I said, the crazy thing when first won the title, I waited so long because no one would fight me. Even I was ranked number one across the board. They would give me shit beside money, so long to fight me. So I waited so long for that shot that I outgrew the divisions of power. I started getting heavier. So when I lost my WA title, I got heavier. So I moved up to 122 to the next division. Not having, I didn't have Barrera on my mind. Just moved to 122 because I couldn't hold 118 anymore. And offer came that wanted to fight Barrera, and it was a shady offer they gave me at first, but I was at a point where I had no choice because if I didn't fight Barrera, I would have been just another fighter who came along and went. So I took the Barrera fight because I had no choice.
Yeah, okay. So you took that fight because you had no choice. And I remember that. That was on HBO. And I'm
Right.
gonna tell you something. That was one hell of a fight. Y'all need to go back and look at that because that fight sends me through. You was 100 and what you say, 120, 122 pounds,
22.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
122.
122. Yeah, very tall for that division.
Yeah, you was,
Yeah,
and you know what? HBO made you famous.
yeah, I was very big for that. I was huge for 122. It was
Yeah,
just I know they said guy my size at 122.
you was so slim and you was so fit,
Yeah.
and you was so smooth, you so dynamic. You people got to go back and check this guy out because he has got to be the baddest featherweight that I ever seen just on TV.
You
I'm telling.
understand what my career was the point where if you took my jab away or stopped me from using my jab, I was pretty much a beaten fighter.
Yeah, you
So
was a cream of the crop. You was so smooth. You had a hell of a jab, and you would just. I mean, you would fight. I mean, you would just see like some fighters they get hit, but you come right back and you
yeah,
would give it everything you got. If he hit you, you came back and hit him
it,
two or three
it
damn
sounds
times.
good, but then it was good because that was just me naturally. That's just my heart. But the thing was, in a way, it played against because the fights I lost, I've never really lost a fight other than me beating myself to the point where, because I was the person, I was always winning my fights, and I wasn't a guy who, because he's winning, trying to box and stay away and run around the ring. Doesn't matter. I always wanted to fight because this is what the game is about. It's about fighting. So my
Right.
problem was winning fights. I could have stood away. I boxed a guy and just, danced around, but I wanted to fight all the time. That was the problem I had with myself.
I see. Jay York is on. Jay York is the producer, the other half of the show. He is the person that put everything together for you and did all your promos. He's here now. I want to say hello to him. Also, want to say hello to Crystal Richardson. Thank her for stopping by and checking the show out. We have the 5-time world champion, but that's a lot. 5 times, you know what I'm saying? 3 times and 2 times is great, but 5 times is
Yeah,
awesome, brother.
yeah.
It's
Thank
awesome. Uh, Jay York says, "Are you related to Thomas Hearns? The way that you fight?"
Nah, people ask me all the time. 'Cause I guess I was tall and slim with a good punch, and so was Hearns. He was tall, so with a good punch. People was always making comparison all the time.
Right, right. You okay? Let's get back to Marco Antonio Barrera.
Yeah,
You fought that guy. You fought him twice, correct?
yeah, twice.
Wow, man. What was he like? What was he like? How was he, man? I mean,
Well,
he was
but believe it or not, the first fight, I told people this is a 5 round fight, and HBO, everybody thought that I was losing my mind. Thought like he was trying to hide the fight, but I know the first fight, I know I could beat. I know that he's the guy tailor made because I was always a fighter where I was can punch pretty decent for my size, and I know that if you come straight to me punching and trying to take me out, I knew for a fact at confidence that I'll get you before you get me.
right, right. Look, I gotta ask you something. Did you ever get picked on in high school? Was you the picked on person?
Nah, I was pretty popular in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, high school was very popular.
Oh, really? Okay. You was popular in high school. Okay. Um, you got a magnificent talent, man. Did your talent ever like get you into a bunch of relationships because you was a star and you was young? Did it ever get you into a bunch of
Nah,
relationships?
believe it or not, the girl that I with now, I was with her from the age of 12. So I turned pro. She went to college. I turned pro, so that was that. Then I got married to the year. So now I'm back with her again. So I mean, I had many girlfriends.
Okay, okay. Uh, look, 1997. You remember that year?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, 1997. You fought a guy by the name of Kenny McKinney.
Oh, don't bring that fight up. That sucked. That fight. Let me tell you something. I couldn't be with Kenny easy. The thing was, I went into that fight so angry. I was through the roof. That fight, I was through. He was so disrespectful at the press conference that during the lead up to the fight, I was so angry, and I never knew till it was too all over that. Never gone to a fight angry, and I was so angry that fight. He was so disrespectful. I was so angry. I went into that fight angry. So when I heard him, I realized I dropped him. I didn't really drop him with a hard shot. I dropped him enough to put him down, but nothing to tackle it. I said, no, I did. I punched myself out that fight, man. I punched myself to exhaustion trying to take him out.
Yeah, you was angry. You really was. You was really angry. You was really just mad.
Yeah,
You know what
I'm
I'm
saying,
saying?
like I say, he didn't beat me. I beat myself. That's literally a statement. A guy say beat himself. That literally what I beat myself.
Right, got it. Y'all just coming in. The people that's coming in and joining me right now. Thank y'all. We're live here with five-time world champion Junior Poison Jones
The
of Brooklyn,
poison
New
was
York.
first.
Huh?
Poison Junior Jones.
Poison. Okay. Well, hell, correct me, brother.
PB,
Get
makes one of the thing nicknames go second, but I was going first.
okay. Okay. Poison. Okay. Poison Junior Jones. Okay. We got. I was putting it in the middle. My fault. Um, like you said, you lost that fight to Kenny in 1998. You fought a guy named Eric Morales. What a fight! What a thrill that was. How was that one?
Morales, he beat me, but he was better than what I thought he was. So my thing
Really?
was, cause I was winning that fight early on. I was winning the fight early, and like I said, cause going in, he was a little better than what I thought he was. A little more sharp than what I thought he was. So for him, there was no excuses. He just turned it up, and I didn't expect it to happen that way. He was a little better than what I
What he thought he was.
anticipated.
Well, let me ask you this, Junior. You fought. You seems like to me you fought those Mexicans.
He's the only
What
Mexican
is
that beat me. I
yeah?
fought 39. He's the only one that beat me.
What is it about those Mexicans when you get in the ring? What do you have to do to ensure yourself to get the victory?
Well, with Mexican, you gotta fight. It's not still nothing really to be done. You just gotta fight because those guys, no matter how hard you fight, how much you hit them, and how tough they those guys gonna stay in your face and they're gonna give you a fight. So with them, you gotta have a heart and just gotta be willing to fight every round.
Okay, Jay York says, "Are you still in New York?" And he said he loved Manhattan. Are you still in New York?
Yes, I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay, you're still in Brooklyn. Okay, okay. Um, like I said, you fought Eric, and you lost that one. Um, the WBC Super Bantamweight champion, April 1999,
You're
you
right.
won the IBO featherweight belt over a
Right.
gentleman named Richard Evett. How did you get that fight?
Well, Richie Abbott, it was a fight where I mean, it was for the title, so I was gonna take it. So the thing was, but I didn't know nothing about Evan, so I thought that Evan was just a guy from overseas. He was trying to move, bring up. So I figured, never let me, spoil the parade.
Right.
He turned out to be a lot tougher and a lot better than what we thought. A lot tougher, a lot better than what we thought.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Cause he was, in
Um,
fact, he was beating me. He was winning that fight.
was
No
he?
question about it. Yes, he was handling me. He was giving me my business. He was doing his thing,
Wow.
and no matter what I
Wow.
did, I was trying to turn it up for some reason. I don't know if it was because I was overseas or what, I couldn't turn it on. I was trying everything, and I was down very bad in the fight. And then I was never known for left hook ever. Everything was a jab right hand, and I knocked him out with a left hook. Believe it or not.
Wow, incredible! Ain't that something? Ain't see how things work out? Wow. Uh, Mr. McLean, Clarence McLean said you was dressed sharp yesterday, my friend. Said you was sharp.
No, well, no matter where I go, I mean, I try my best to dress appropriately. I try to dress according
Right,
to I'm
right,
right now a Jesus thing wear when I go out places. If I don't wear
right,
Jesus things to a place to go out, either I still come dressed or I won't go at all.
right. Well, look.
Because I
Well, let me
believe,
let me ask you this because how do you feel about having material things that you earn? How do you feel about it? Is that something that you like? Having good
no,
sharp.
the material thing, those things come and go. My thing is the important thing to me is my family and the people
Yeah.
that's putting close around me. My thing is, material things, material. Material don't matter forever. My thing, I don't follow material things because if I lose something material wise, chances are I got a better chance of getting it back. When it comes to life and family, you lose that, you don't get that back.
So true. You're so true. How do you feel about is marriage? Is that really is that a big part of you being married?
I was married for 11 years one time, but that I think when I got married young. I was only 19 when I got married.
Wow.
She was 25, I think, not
Okay.
older. But the thing was, my marriage is. I'm looking forward to get married again, definitely.
Great.
But
Great.
the first time I got married wasn't that was no good. I just was too young and just had too much on my plate at the time.
Great. Um, you've been in boxing. What was your goal in boxing? What did you want to accomplish when you was in boxing, Mister? I'm gonna call you Mister HBO because you was always on Mister
Yeah,
HBO.
well, thing is, amateurs. I just didn't have a just like fighting amateurs and hopefully win the Golden Gloves, going to just doing big things amateurs. But then turning pro wise, my really desire was I was going to do in pro at first was turn pro, have one fight, hopefully win, and retire. So I could be undefeated. So I think when I turned pro, I just after the first fight, I just loved it. After I turned pro, just going and perform in front of people and smaller gloves on, it was a beautiful feeling.
Gotcha. Look, man, who was somebody? Look, you fought a lot of people. Who gave you the most trouble in the profession, being a professional? Who gave you the most trouble? You know,
I think now I think Orlando Gonzalez because he's a guy. Orlando Gonzalez. He broke the record for 17 defenses, and he moved up on the IBC title, and he had the IBF for 17 defenses. Then he moved up in weight. He won the IBC title, and with him, he was so experienced to the point where he was more hard to hit for me than a lot of the guys that I was saying. He was very smart.
very smart. Okay, okay, great. What was he? He was a Mexican.
Yeah. My Atlanta Gonzalez, he's American Mexican to say.
Oh,
And
okay,
so
American Mexican.
his brother Gabby were champions together.
Okay, got you, got you. Okay, I was just wondering because I know those Mexicans and those Puerto Ricans are tough too. Them Cubans,
They're extremely tough.
oh my God, them Cubans and Puerto Ricans, man, I'm gonna tell you, they are something else. Um, did you ever meet Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I went back on several occasions. And I
Did
first
you?
remember I didn't even like Mike.
You didn't like Mike?
Not at all. I disrespect him because he's a human being. But the thing is, Mike, when I first met him, he like antisocial, standoffish. No, he wasn't just he just rubbed me the wrong way. Cause I'm like, not saying that's being stand up, but I think we're in the same field. I know you are. Mike came to my earlier fights a lot, and I knew he was, but then he turned me off because I think he was just antisocial, standoffish, and I really didn't like. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all.
No,
I'm
he's
bringing in
very
some comment.
selfish for the people, and they want to talk about uh, for the people or something. But Mike, to me, my thing was understand who you are, we know your accomplishments and so forth. But I think you ain't gotta be like standoffish, like you don't speak and laugh and joke like that I didn't like. So the first met like no, now me and him were good. We see the we speak everything was good. When I first met
Good.
him, when I first met him, I had no like for Mike.
Gotcha. 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 I dig it. I can dig it. Um, you had a great career, man, but there was some fighters that you probably wanted to fight. Who was that you wish you could have fought and but didn't?
Man, most fights, like I said, I mean, a lot of fights didn't fight me. I mean, like I said, I wasn't gonna try to waste my career on one person. You focus on one person, that person coming to get you. So
Mhm.
there was fights that I wanted to fight Kevin Kelly, that fight didn't materialize. I wanted to fight Prince Ahmed, that fight didn't materialize. So those
Mm.
were like the main two guys I was looking for to fight.
Okay. Okay. Um, this question is coming from Mr. J York of J York Productions. He says, "And what is your most prized possession in your life right now?"
My kids, my family, my mom, that's my prime position. I think
Okay.
these belts, these titles, that's just I can pay that comes with the job when you do well. But my family and love is most precious to me. True love.
Right. Right. You fought a lot on HBO, and you was, I mean, the '80s, and in the '90s, you fought a lot on HBO, and HBO uh, treated you. I thought you was a man because you every time I look around, you was fighting on HBO. Um, eh, do you think that being back there with some great fighters like Roy and all that? How did you get that chance to be on HBO so
All right,
much? You was
because my thing was that at that time HBO was a show like the lower weight classes. But the go HBO had to fight Kevin Zalers, had to fight Barrera, had to fight Morales. So the HBO, I didn't have no pick, no easy picking fight. I had to go in there and I had to fight the best that was out there to be on HBO. So I
right.
had really had no choice.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. Because it seemed like to me you was on it. I want to say hello to Jeffrey Hunter. Jeffrey Hunter is
I
the
think it was
manager of
also
New.
never into a boring fight. Believe it or not,
Mm.
my
You to
fights never boring. I was always Wakasaki fight.
you're exactly right. Your fight was never. I can go back now and just look at him. I mean, you were just. I mean, you were tremendous. You're one of the best featherweights that I've seen.
Like I said, what
Uh,
haunted me was I wanted to fight all the time. Then there was like, every fight that I lost, literally, I was winning. And I could have just boxed it away, but for some reason, it's just I don't know. It wasn't in me. I felt like a coward because I wanted to fight, and all of a sudden now I'm trying to stay away, not engage. So I
yeah,
had, like I said, too much fighting me.
yeah. I want to say hello to Alicia Van Zanta. Alicia Van Zanta. I think I said that right. I could be, you know what I mean? I probably didn't
Yeah.
get it right. Thank you for coming on. Good to see you always. Um, you know what, man? You who was some of your idols growing up as a professional fighter?
It's hard, believe it or not. I really didn't have an idol growing up as a professional fighter. There was guys I liked, but boxing wise was playing with anybody who can get in that ring. It's a one-on-one sport. You don't have a team. You don't have nobody to tag in. I respected most of the fighters. Anybody who can put the gloves on, whether you're a champion or you just try it, I gotta give you respect. It's a hard sport. It's a hard decision to make to go in there one-on-one to fight somebody.
Right. Okay. You had a great career. You had a wonderful career, and you was well known all across the United States.
Yes.
Um, is there any regrets in your life?
Main regrets I have is the fights that I lost, like I said, because every fight I was way ahead with, but the fights I lost was, I wish I was just didn't have someone fighting me. There was fights where I was winning, I could just stood away and try to box a guy and just play safe with him out. But like I said, it just wasn't my character to fight like that. My thing is we come to fight, not to use our hands up. So, but now I think about it, I could have just stood away in a lot of fights and not looked to fight so much.
Right. J York says Muhammad Ali was a Muslim. Was there a higher power you ever looked to for guidance?
No, my God is God. I don't know how it is Muslim. I respect that, but God is God, point blank. And my thing is, I grew up with a relationship with Christ since I was a kid. So my thing was, God is God. I mean, there's no Muslim God. There's no Allah. It's just God. God's
God.
just one person.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I
Amen.
respect Muhammad Ali for what he believes in, because that's what he believes in, Allah. But there is no Allah. It's only one God.
Right. Correct. Correct. I want to say hello to James Dunn. Thank you, James, for coming in. Been down James Dunn, Right Promotions. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping in. We're live right now with my man, Poison. Now, I better say that right because he got on me a while ago.
Yeah. In a nice way.
Yeah, it was cool. I can dig it, brother. Poison, 5-time world champion, Junior Jones. That was a fighter overseas. Um, and he was a dancing machine and he could box. I think you know
Oh,
who
I know what you're talking about. Prince
I
Team Hamid.
you, what is what was his name?
Prince Nassim Hamid.
Prince Asim Ahmed. Did y'all ever you never fought him, did you?
We're not. I mean, we're friends now, but he's a coward. Then, cause one thing was he was the hottest thing out there, and he came to the first Burrell fight because the deal was because they thought that Burrell was gonna win. So it was he came to the fight. He was in my locker room, he was in the ring and everything. The thing was, it was told me whoever wins the fight fights him next,
Right.
and he would not fight me.
Okay. We're not fighting.
Nah, he would not fight
L-
me.
Alicia says, how long have you been fighting?
I've been fighting since I was 10 years old. I started when I was 10. It was crazy. I started when I was 10. Had my first fight when I was 10. So I started rather quickly.
Right there. Okay. She also asked, she asked the questions, what was your memorable fight? What was your fight that you can remember that was great to you?
I think on Orlando Gonzalez, that was one where I was fight I had. Being that he, like I say, broke the record. He just set the record for us having 17 straight defenses, and they was trying to match us with both bantamweights, but for some reason, the fight never materialized. So when I did get a chance to fight and I beat him, that was more memorable than anything else.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Want to say hello to, I was at Abdul Alfree. Tell hello to him. Thank you for stopping in. Thank everybody for stopping in right now. We're talking with Poison Junior Jones, 5-time world champion. Mr. I call him Mr. HBO. So that's because he was always on HBO. It's good to have him. Look, I want to, Martin Luther King, he had a quote, and he said this quote. He says, our lives begin today, and we become silent about things that matter. I'm going to say that again. Martin Luther King said this. He says, our lives begin today, and we become silent about things that matter. Is that true in your heart? How do you feel about that saying?
I think I'm true to a certain degree, but I mean, everything is not for everybody. Everybody doesn't say songs things that matter. Some people do. So I think it's a statement where you can't be talking about everybody. You got to talk about some certain individuals, not all individuals.
Okay, okay. Uh, Miss Alicia says, is it any more people in your family that is a fighter? Do you have people in your family
No,
that's fighting?
no, I was the only fool that took that chance.
She said, how did you get the name Poison? How did you get that name?
Oh my gosh. Believe it or not, first of all, I got started boxing because my sister. That's why I started boxing, and I got the name Poison because see, I couldn't stand my legal given name, and my legal given name is. You ready for this?
What's
Is
that?
Ivy Jones Jr. That's my legal given name, and I could not stand that name Ivy. I hated it, and every time I fought, somebody, I felt when I fought one time, somebody yelled out in the crowd, "Wow, that guy got poison in that right hand." And people, when I was going to school, they constantly called me Poison Ivy. And I
Poison
couldn't
ivy.
stand it.
Couldn't
So,
stand it,
so,
huh?
so instead of running for, it, I just took the name Poison and just put Poison Junior Jones.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. That was and it fit you too, brother. It
I
really did.
refuse to, I refuse to use the name Ivy. I couldn't stand that name.
Miss
Still don't
Miss
like it.
Alicia says, do you have a favorite fighter, favorite boxer? Do you have a favorite
No,
one?
believe it or not, I really love a favorite fighter. I'm just a person of the game where I respect everybody who put those gloves on. No matter who you are, you are 0-1 or you're 11-0, I respect everybody. I really have no particular famous fighter. I mean, particular favorite fighter. I'm just respectful of the game.
Wonderful. Wonderful, man. That's awesome. Clarence McLean says Poison one of the hottest nicknames in boxing. That's an awesome name.
Like I
It's
said, I only
really
came up with that name because people called me Poison Ivy when I was growing up. I couldn't stand it. Got to call me Poison Ivy. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to keep Poison and I go Junior Jones.
oh wow, great. Look, how important is it, for you to speak out against the wrong things that you see in the world today? How is important is that to you as a person, as a professional boxer and a person?
Well, it's important to the point where I think no matter who you are, whether you're me or the guy next door, everyone deserves respect. And I think that
Right.
respect is something that should be given to anybody. Now, I mean, if you see a homeless person in the street, bums in the street, respect. And no matter who you are, you should respect that person. Especially the person is much older than you, they're wiser. You should show respect. I think today's age, everyone wants to just hand you their mouth and constantly talking disrespectful. Just to the point where they want to prove I'm not scared or punk. And I think respect is not about being a punk. It's just about giving all people what they deserve, and that's respect.
There you go. There you go. Um, we got a lot of fights going on. What fight would you love to see if you had a chance to in this up and coming year 2022? What fight that you think that you would love to see?
Well, now Mayweather's retired, so I can't say better. I would love to see David Crawford, but I can't. But
Crawford
I mean,
and yeah,
I mean, I like what Crawford is. I mean, who would I
um,
say? It's really hard because of the thing. But they don't. I mean, I just want to see the best fight the best. I mean,
best,
no
yeah,
particular names on. I just want to see boxing is about fighting, and I just want to see people fight the best and forget about oh they pay him, they pay him. That just fight. That's what we're supposed to do is to fight.
that's
But
right.
either way, you're gonna get paid point blank.
Point
And then
blank, yep,
you still
exactly,
gonna get paid. You may not get as much as you want, but you still get more than the average worker gets. So I
right.
feel that just let the best fight the best, and just go from there. Give fans what they pay for, what they expect to see.
There you
That's all
go.
I'm saying.
And you did that. You really did that, man. And I admire you so much for that. You're one of those fighters that give the people everything. And people need to go back and look at him on HBO because he was tremendous. Alicia says, do you volunteer in your community? Uh, and do you? This is a two-part question. Does he run a nonprofit event? Do you
But
volunteer in your community?
I don't run any nonprofit events in my community. If they ask of me, they ask for something for me, I do it no problem because you're never too big to say no problem. I do it. Everything's not about money. Some things you gotta do from the heart because it's just take care of looking after other people.
Right. Amen. A blessing. Um, she also asks, Alicia also asks, does you have do you have a favorite sports team?
Believe it or not, believe it or not, nope. I don't. I mean, people always say the Knicks. I mean, I don't really have a really, like. I'm like the worst basketball fan in my family. All the guys in the family, these guys are huge basketball fans, huge basketball. They can play more than something. I'm the worst.
Right. Jay York says he wants to know. Who can beat Fury out there right now in the boxing game, in your opinion?
Well, anybody can be, well, you can't say a particular name because I feel that anybody can be anybody in this sport of boxing. But you just got to prepare yourself accordingly. Most guys look at Fury, I think, and they don't realize how he has so much agility. His size, he moves better than what they think. I think the big Fury just gotta come in there and you just gotta expect the worst and set up for the best. Because it's, anybody there's anybody can get it. This is boxing. There's no
Yeah,
guarantee no matter who I pick. I can
that's
say
right.
I can think of a name which I can't remember. But I can name someone so they beat them up. Boxing, there's no guarantee. So I can't say who will
Right.
be
You
Fury. But
got that
boxing is a
right.
game where
That- that-
you can say
you got
five brothers.
you got that right. All you got to do is ask Mike Tyson when he fought
Yeah,
Buster Douglas.
there's no guarantee. But it wasn't even that Buster was that much better than that. So boxing things happen. I think
You got that right.
but it doesn't make Mike a bad fighter. Things happen.
No, no, it just happens. It just happens. Mr. McClain says, "What do you think about the welterweight division today?
Oh,
You
that
talk,
division, that's a hot division. Well, division, that division, they got so many smokers in that division. That division is hot. So I think that's the division where in boxing today, you want to be in that division, have an A, B, C, and D game because that division there, that is a hot division. They got so I think because if you duck one fighter, there's like another three, four, five fighters that's just as good. So that
yeah,
division is a
yeah,
hot
you're
division,
right.
very hot division.
You're right. That 147-pound
Yeah, but
division.
you haven't seen that in boxing in a long time when you can duck one guy, there's another good guy, duck him, and that thing that's like a line, it's a line of tigers. It's a lot of good guys in that division. It's so good.
Yes, it really is. It really is. It's a
You
hell of a
can't just
division.
say, yeah, you can't
Uh,
say who's better than who in that division because, like I said, any given day, any given time, the fighter can lose. You think, oh, he gonna knock him out, he's that good, but that's the division where one mistake, you come in there not thinking right, not feeling right, it can cost you that division. It's a very dangerous
yeah,
division.
that's a very dangerous. And the welterweight division has always been dangerous because you look
Yeah,
back
but
and you
not
think
this
about it.
dangerous.
Yeah, it
It's
you
always
look
been
back.
dangerous, but not like this. Normally, you have maybe two, maybe three guys that is pretty good. You can't duck, but this division got a whole line of good fighters. Another than you can't duck, and then 140, there's guys like more than 147 that's just as good. So that welterweight division is a hard division.
It really is, and then we're going to move on. I just want to say this: when I'm going back and you look at Thomas Hearns, you look at Sugar Ray Leonard, you look at Roberto Duran, you look at those guys that they came out that welterweight division. That welterweight is just that was
Yeah.
tremendous. You talking about some super guys back there,
Yeah,
and
well, in
now
the
these.
80s, yeah, the 80s, that was a hot division in the 80s.
Yes, it
1980s
was.
was a hot
And
division.
guess what? It was hot.
It's,
It was hot
it's
back
not
then.
much.
And guess what?
It's
Here it
hotter
is,
now.
2022, and it's smoking hot.
Yeah, that's even like that division even hotter. Like I said, that division today is that's a hard division to
It
come
really
into.
is. Let me.
That
It
division,
really
you
is. It
want to be
really
one
is.
player, you gotta really think hard because
It really.
that division is a scary division. There's so
The,
many good fighters in that division.
the only other division, and then we're gonna move on. The only other division that I know is like that freaking middleweight division. That
I mean,
division.
but
Yeah.
that division is always been a tight division. And then
Yeah.
when they came with the between towers, soon like junior middleweight and
Exactly.
stuff, it became even worse.
You're exactly right. Um, Leisha says, "What do you do for fun?"
I thought, man, for fun, I do a lot, man. I'm just versatile. Man. I do anything for fun that's decent. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I like calling my
Yeah.
grandkids, joke on the phone with them, and calling my kids, and spend time with family, hang out with my friends. So I do different things for fun. I mean, some guys say
Super.
it's play ball, and I'm like the two-handed, the left foot ball player, but I try anyway. But so I try to other things for fun.
Great. Um, she has another question, and we got some people I want to shout out here in just a few minutes. But her question is, she said, "Had poison?" She said, "Poison. Have you had concussions? Or have you had any serious
No, I
injuries in
think
boxing?"
no, not necessarily. But I think that all boxers at some point suffer concussion, don't even know it. I'm pretty sure I've had a concussion. They didn't even know. 'Cause I remember after the Barrera fight, the second fight, I can remember nothing. They were
Wow.
asking about the fight. I had to tap my ex-wife at the time to give me quick answers because I can't remember nothing. So I'm pretty sure I had a concussion. Because like I said, this is boxing. Anytime you get a hit, that's
So,
a
yeah.
chance that you
Wow.
take. So I'm
Wow.
pretty sure I've had Brad I never had a concussion. Then no, I'm pretty sure I had a concussion before.
Yeah. Stephen Covell over the UK. Good to see you. Longtime friend, Stephen Covell. He says, "How are you keeping, champion? How you doing?" It's Stephen Covell out of UK.
I'm doing remember I live a good clean life for me. I don't do things I shouldn't do. I do things in DC in order. So I'm keeping very good with myself.
Great. Uh, Alicia, she's got another question. She's got to be the top questionnaire today. She's pumping these questions. She said, Poison. How have you? Do you have a a routine? Do you have a routine that you do?
No, believe it or not at all. I should, but I don't have a work routine. I mean, you gotta say when you box for so many for years since 10 year olds, and then from the amateurs to the pros. Like when I retired, believe it or not, I wasn't thinking about working out again. But that's the last thing I want to do is go to the gym and sweat it out. But if I had to like say do something that was physical, I do it no problem. But have a routine myself, not at all.
Right. She's got another one for you. She said, "How do you prepare yourself when you get ready to go into the ring, Poison?"
I prepare myself mentally first, and I make sure that God's with both people because this is a get hit sport and you get hurt. So I prepare myself mentally, I prepare myself physically second, and then I just lay the ground some preparation as far as making a game plan and having a plan to how to win this fight.
Right. Right. Question from Stephen Covell of the UK. He said, "What was it like fighting Paul Engel? What was it like?"
Paul Angle, that other fight, he was better than what I thought. A lot better than what I thought. I mean, he was tough. He was tough as I don't know what. Very tough fighter. And my thing is, he's a very good fight. Better than what I thought. Than what people would give him credit for. He's a very good fight. Very tough.
Very tough guy, very Paul
Yeah,
Eagle.
he's
And most of the
very, very
UK fighters are tough anyway. There's really tough cats over that
yeah,
way, and
very,
yeah, they're really
yeah,
tough. They're like the Mexicans,
yes.
and the Russians and all
Yeah,
that. Wow, man,
yeah. I
this
fought
has
a
been
tough
great.
fighter.
I'm glad to see. Yeah, what'd you say now?
Richard Evans. I fought a guy named Richard Evans from England. This
Oh
dude
yeah,
was spanking me so good. For some reason, I could not get inside with this dude. Then I think the 11th round knocked him out with one left hook. But
okay,
he was definitely winning that fight.
yeah, wow. But yeah, as we were saying, man, and I got to get back to that. Just want to get touch that division. That welterweight weight division is spectacular. But look, we got a big. This fight is on the horizon. The fight with Canelo Alvarez and the Charlo. I think it's Jamel. Is it Jamel?
I don't like the Charles, so I will speak on it. Cause my thing is, I'm like, the reason why I like the Charles, my thing is, to me, they're a little too disrespectful people.
Okay,
My thing is, boxing is boxing, and my thing is, you gotta be respectful to everybody. My thing is, as a boxer, you ain't gotta walk around and talk trash and disrespect everybody because it's boxing. You can't. My thing is, you gotta show people respect. And my thing is, I felt when you good, you know you're good. You ain't gotta hype a fight up. You ain't gotta sell tickets by talking trash. You can be respectful and still sell tickets.
gotcha, gotcha.
But
Do you?
over the Jamels, they can fight. Those little boys are bad.
Yeah, they can fight now. They
Now,
they
I'm
they.
not saying about that. Regardless of how I feel about them personally, those dudes can fight. They're very, very good. I mean,
Oh yeah, they are.
to beat those guys, you gotta come with, like I said, ABC. You have plans back to back to back because those dudes they can fight, they can punch, and they're both those Charles. They're dangerous. They're very good fighters.
They're very, very, very good. Very, very. What do you think about that fight? Because they got that fight on the rise, and I think it's Jamel.
Charlo and Canelo.
Yeah,
I like Canelo.
you like it. Huh?
I
Okay,
mean,
great.
yeah,
Okay.
I like Canelo, but I don't like Canelo by a whole a great margin because, like I said, the Charlos, they little like I said, personally, they arrogant, but those boys can fight.
Yeah, they can
So
fight.
yeah, so my
Miss
thing is
Miss
they can fight.
Miss Miss Leash, well, she's coming with another. Do you have a? She said, "Do you have another talent outside of boxing?"
Yeah, I think God gives us many talents. My thing is a person where depends on what the time. I pretty much do a lot of things very well. I don't have just one talent. I have plenty of talents I can do. And then my thing, if I didn't have a talent, I pick up and I learn things very quickly.
Right. She also the question. She says, "What type of music do you like? What type of music?"
I mean, me, I'm a R&B person. I'm an R&B dude. Rap, I'm not into like really. Rap is good. But I'm not a rap fanatic. I'm into slow jazz R&B or
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Christian music, very Christian.
Stephen Covell out of the UK says, "Do you still use boxing to stay fit?"
I mean, that's a good question because, like I said, I don't really work out or anything like that anymore unless I have to. And I think, as far as that fit, I've always had a fast metabolism. So right now, I put on weight, but I didn't put on weight to the point where I'm chunky fat like that. So my metabolism is pretty fast.
Okay. I want to say hello to one of my guests that's just arriving, coming in. I want to say hello to everybody, but it's Clifton Whitfield. Thank you for stopping in. Been knowing that man for he was a basketball player. I didn't know if Clifton ever went professional, but I know that he was right up there, very high. Good friend. I've been knowing him all my life. Um, Jimmy Jam, what's happening? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. We're live right now with my man Poison. Boy, I got to get it right. Poison Junior Jones, 5-time world champion, man. Been answering these questions. He's been putting it all together. He's a super person. He's just open as he can be, and I'm glad to have him on. We're gonna wind this thing down here shortly in a couple of minutes. But hey to you too now. I see you, Miss Jam. Yeah, you finally caught me out here live with my man Poison from Brooklyn, New York. Um, wow, we've been trying to get him on for a long time, and finally we got him up here. Thank him for coming on and being a part of the D Hall People Show in conjunction with Jay York Productions. Um, the welterweight, the middleweight division, all those divisions are great. But what division, if you had to go back to, what would it be?
Yeah, man, it'd be the middleweight and the welterweight division. Those two divisions, those always been scary divisions to the point where I'm glad I was either one because those divisions, guys will hit like heavyweights in that division. So those two divisions did those very hard
Okay.
divisions. But then I can say, I remember I said one time the feather division was hot. Like we did, there was one time back in the 90s, like 96, 97, where you had three or four hot divisions. So my
Right.
boxing is a game of twists and turns where they hot now, but then some other division may be hot, but then also, like I said, the lower division has always been a scary division.
Really, it would. I'll tell you. I think, like you say, I think this is just my opinion. I think the welterweight, I think the middleweight, and the heavyweight. Those are some of the scariest divisions that you can get into because you're
Yeah,
talking about, you know,
we
you
talk
talking
one,
about some
yeah, we talk one shot, fight's over.
yes,
Heavyweight takes just one punch.
one punch,
Middleweights hit like heavyweights, one punch.
one
Welterweight,
punch. Yeah.
these divisions, like I said, and I've seen it happen. A guy can be winning easily, winning handily. Him give that one shot, turn the whole fight around and fight
Whole fight
ends
around. Yep.
right there. So that's the business we're talking about.
Yes, appreciate you, Stephen Covell out of the UK. Thank you for sharing it into to 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 the groups and everything. We really appreciate that. We got the other week we had Reggie Johnson on, and Reggie was tremendous. He was on about 3 weeks ago, and he did an excellent job. And I thank Reggie. He did super, just like you, brother. Uh, but look, man, we get ready to close this show out. it's been tremendous. I'm glad to get you on. I'm glad to have you on. And we're putting this thing into YouTube, and I don't know how many groups, but for sure you did a great job today.
Thank
Any
you.
questions that you want to ask me?
No, there's nothing, man. I think that the platform you hold is very good. So I watch the show a lot myself, and think that you give a great platform. You give fighters a chance to speak out and say things that they never had a chance to say. They get to say. So I respect what you're doing. I respect the platform and everything about the show.
I appreciate you, brother. It's been wonderful. It's been great to have you on. Anytime I got somebody that I can look back and on HBO and say, "Hey, this guy here was on HBO. He came on my show," and I really appreciate you and what you've done. Throughout your years as a professional boxer and all boxers. Anybody that step inside that square circle, whether
Indeed.
they're amateur or professional, it takes
Yeah,
a
my
lot.
main thing is just I just want to be appreciated. My thing is not about money, but it just I hope that the fans appreciate what I gave them. I gave them my best. They put your life on the line and they can
You did.
respect the things that I did.
You did, man. You gave them, uh, you gave them your best, and I truly can say that. And a lot of people really adore you, man. You are really adored in a lot of different ways, and I'm gonna call it like I see it, brother, because you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna give you your flowers right now. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Stephen
thank you.
Covell says, "Man, I missed this show. Good to see you." Yeah, we're still rocking, Stephen. We're still doing the things that we need to do. Stephen Covell was the guy that built the BWTV boxing page over in the UK, and we was a
Okay,
part of that show with him for a long time. But we moved
excellent.
on, and but we're glad to see Stephen. Glad to see Stephen around.
Yes,
Glad to be still dealing with Stephen in a good way. Uh,
yes.
yes, he did a tremendous job over there. Truly, Jay York says we appreciate you. Uh, we say Jay say appreciate you.
Yes, thank you.
Poison. I do too. I do too, man. I really do. Thank you. You've been you, Reggie, a lot of other people, Peter McNeely, been tremendous people to come on my show, and you have guys have really blessed me. It's an honor to be. Here's a man that's been on TV worldwide, all over the world, and it's an honor. It's just wonderful. I'm
Yes,
telling you.
thank you.
I'm telling you. All right, let me see here. Before we get out of here, you're welcome, Alicia. She said, "Thank you, D.HALL family, for allowing me to ask Junior Jones those questions." You're welcome. That's what the show's all about. That's why he's here for the people
Exactly.
to answer those questions. Ask those questions.
Yeah, fire away.
All right, Julia. Look, man, we're gonna bring you back sometime this year. We're gonna talk a little bit
All right,
more.
thank you. I definitely
And I'm
appreciate
so
it.
man, I thank you. Me
I'm
and Jay
looking
York
forward to coming back to
Productions,
you.
we thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hope
looking forward
everybody
to
had
it.
got your questions in here, and I hope to see y'all back soon. We'll be back, Junior. We thank you so much, man. You have
Thank you.
good a good evening, brother.
Likewise.
All right. Yeah. Oh, Jay. Hey, Jay said before we go. Jay says, "Give us a DJ drop." What he means is he wants you to do like an introductions on a voice for us, and so we can use it on our show.
Well, I can just say, anyone out there who's watching, tune to the D.HALL show. You can't just get your money. You can't. You're really gonna enjoy this guy. Trust me.
Thank you.
You won't be bored.
I thank you so much, man. God bless you, man. Mr. HBO himself.
Thank you.
Thank you, Junior. We'll see you next time, man. Great, man. That was wonderful. Wow. I hope y'all got your questions in. I want to say thank everybody. I want to say thank Stephen Covell. I see him. Appreciate your brother for coming over and popping those questions in. We'll be back. We'll be back. Oh my God, when will we be back, Jay? We'll be back Thursday, for sure. And I want to thank y'all. Y'all really been great. Y'all been super. The questions you asked. Big shouts out to Alicia. She did some and Jay had some super wonderful questions tonight for my man, 5-time world champion. Yeah, yeah, we had him tonight. And I love it. I love it, and we thank everybody for tonight. Uh, Hey, Ronnie, what's up, Mr. Hughes? That's my man, DJ Ninja. He just popping in here. What's happening, brother? What's happening, man? You come to tell in it, man. We get ready to close the show out, but it's good to see my man, DJ Ninja. Yeah, had him on. Awesome guy, super guy. Out of was it Nashville? No, Memphis, Tennessee, in the house. Good to see y'all, man. Look, we'll see y'all. We're gonna see y'all next Sunday. Steven, we got you, man. We get the Butterbean on, brother. Butterbean Jay, you hear that? We got to get Butterbean on, man. We'll get him in here. We'll get with you, Steven. No doubt, brother. We got to get him on. That'll be a big show. Sure will. All right, look, man, we're gonna go. We'll see y'all next Sunday. I'll be back. Matter of fact, let me know what. Let me let you know what's going on. We got coming up this Thursday, the 10th. She is a recording artist out of Texas, and we hope to have her on, Miss Nina Linus. We got some other things working in the works for another fighter to come on next Sunday. So we're working on that. You're going to be surprised about this one because, hey, this is the baddest show on earth, the baddest show you can go to right now. But don't let me tell you that. Yeah, Mr. DJ Ninja, we'll catch you, brother. We'll catch you next time. You know what I'm saying? Thank you he was tremendous on my show about 2 months ago. Guy's awesome. Great guy, man. Y'all need to check him out. DJ Ninja. Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee, rocking, baby. All right, look, I got to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for coming on. I thank you for the questions. I thank you for being a part of my show. And Jay York, today, awesome show today we had. We appreciate it, man. We getting ready to go. We'll catch you. We out of here.
You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
Listen, y'all.
This is a J. York production. You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show.
This is Travis Scott, 21-7.
You're listening to J. York Productions.
What it do is the baby and we in the mix.
You got it locked with D.HALL on the weekend, baby. Ready? And initiate a J. York production. J. York production. J. York production.
You are in the mix with D.HALL and the People's Show. This is a J. York production.
Facebook family.
Another day.
Hey, I'm Ashley Braswell, a local comedian from Charlotte.
The announcer Walter Waite.